Yeah, did the Seahawks win? Did they win?
I'm sorry?
Sorry. Did the Seahawks win? I just wondering. Oh, cool. Woo. Okay.
Yeah, are English people allowed to follow real football?
No, 49ers are the best. 49ers.
There you go. All right. So we're in LA, so we don't.
But you haven't got a football team.
That's right.
It's about time you got one, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
No, Alan White's a Seahawks fan, so David.
Let's say I live in Seattle. That's the difference.
Let me try to bring this back to the zip code of reality here for just a second. Steve.
Hello.
This is Steve Howe, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty damn fair country guitar player right here, Mr. Howe. Steve, the word, and I used it in my introduction, and I know it's completely shop-worn, but this thing about...
Carry on.
Oh, there you are. Okay. I'm over here, Steve. I don't know what Steve was doing for you, for those of you at home.
I was listening to you, but pointing at Dave.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just to get this
Dave's
up,
not
I
here,
can
man.
hear
It's an old American
joke. Please carry on.
And I even used it in my introduction, but the word progressive obviously has been stuck to you guys like, you know, it's a well-worn term. But it is in reality what you have done your whole career. You have progressed. Your music has progressed. It's not stood still. Is this why you're still here today doing this great new record, is because you haven't, as so many bands did, well, okay, we found this one sound and now we're going to hold on to it with everything that we got?
Yeah, well, we just kind of approach things differently. We just, you know, there's seasons and times that we create different kinds of music, I guess. And in the 70s, we had the opportunity to create, you know, what we did, and the 80s gave another opportunity. And then the 90s, when around 95, when this lineup kind of got back all together, then I guess it was just, you know, making the best vehicle that it could be for each of us, you know, as much as it was also collectively much more powerful when we get a good lineup that works together well. So, I mean, that fuels the idea of keeping the band together and the idea of what Yes is, besides our own, you know, personal, like, you know, behind the scenes sort of interests in other kinds of music. But, you know, Yes is an idea, but it's not, you know, like cemented down. It's kind of flexible. It goes through phases of this and that, and it's the ladder. And we're all very happy that we're at this phase at this time.
Good. So are we, because I really like this new album a lot. Great. This gentleman on bass, as you probably know, his name is Chris Squire, and you can give him a round of applause here. Billy, I'm sorry I didn't do that with you, but Billy Sherwood back here, ladies and gentlemen.
It's good to be home.
Good. And it's nice to hear an American accent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Chris. Now, this guy and I have done a little hanging out together, so I'm going to... Over the years. You know, you... And I'm not stretching the point here, obviously. You have the reputation and have been long recognized as one of the most gifted bassists in rock, period. And you have... And you have, without question, one of the most distinctive... I mean, you can listen to 4 bars, you know, of your bass playing. Oh, that's Chris Squire. I mean, it's that distinctive. Tell me how you approach the instrument and why it is so different. It's almost like you're playing lead on bass at times, and especially in the context of this new record.
You know, it's a funny thing. When I was like a kid, and I used to, my favorite band when I was 15 was The Who. And I used to go to the Marquee Club in London, and I used to watch Townsend and listen to Entwistle. So, you know, I think, you know, I wanted to be the showman that Townsend was and sound as good as John. So that's kind of really my whole thing in a microcosm there.
You know, that's interesting because Entwistle said that, or has said in the past, that a lot of the things that people think are lead lines that Pete was playing, he was actually playing in that trio. So, you know, you can kind of hear that style with you. Back on tambourine and beanbag chair is Mr. Alan White. Give him a round of applause. Now,
I would stand up, but I can't. Right?
I understand. You know,
Sunk in this damn thing.
we spare no expense here, Alan. You know, I want you to know that
I know.
to make you comfortable.
Thanks for the equipment.
That's okay. Let me ask you this question, because in listening to Yes records over the years, and obviously this one is a great example, the musical changes in this band are pretty complex. This is not exactly your average 3-chord, 4/4 beat rock and roll band. And how do you, as a drummer, keep that, not just for this album, but the catalog, how do you keep that in your head?
Basically, you grow with the music and live it, basically. It took me a long time to teach him how to play in 4/4, actually.
Is that right?
When I first joined the band.
Yeah, after I'd been to Bruford School, yeah.
We went from the Bruford School to my school and then back again, kind of thing. Actually, I had a band that was doing that kind of stuff before that, so I was schooled for that. And it was in my interest as a drummer to take my style that direction, only to keep more of a kind of rhythmical feel to it so you could dance in 5/4, basically. So you adapted that to the music, and it just made it make sense within the music, so you had the feel to it. So, I mean, that was my philosophy from the beginning.
Is it true that great drummers are, by nature, schizophrenic? Because they have to, to keep all of that going. Is that true?
Well, I'm a Gemini, but maybe I'm a quadriplegic or whatever.
Oh, okay, all right.
Only after you join Yes.
It does school you in that way, yes. But it does, you have to have an independent kind of function of all the limbs. All 5 of them.
Yeah, it's extraordinary. All right, the keyboard guy. This guy's been trouble right from the beginning. Now, I have a very serious and a very deep question to ask you. Are you ready?
Go for it, man.
How in the hell do you pronounce your last name?
Koroshev.
Thank you very much. Is that Russian?
Yes.
It is, and where are you from in Russia?
Moscow.
And how long have you been over here?
7 years, 8 years.
7 years. May I ask how old you are?
34.
You're 34.
I know.
I know. He looks 19. It's disgusting.
He's aged a lot since he's been here.
Yeah, this will do it to you. Welcome to the life. So you were there, obviously, before the wall came down, yes? Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this question, and I'm so glad to have you here to ask you this question. Do you hear these doors being closed? Is this just me? There is a theory that the wall came down for economic reasons. Reagan, outspent the Soviets in the missile race, blah, 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 blah. I have a theory that a Beatle tape made it across the wall, and a Pink Floyd tape followed, and a Little Richard tape made it across. How, if any, how much did that mean to you guys to listen to rock and roll music in those days?
We could always get any albums we knew that we wanted to get. Never had problems getting Real Air or Typographic Ocean or any other bands, Gentle Giant or King Crimson. That wall really didn't mean much to people who wanted to explore or get things that they wanted to get.
Really?
That wall meant for people, we couldn't get out, That was the problem. But we could get anything we wanted.
Very good. Okay, very good. John, what are we going to do next here?
We're going to do another song from the new album. This is a song that's #1 in the charts in Buenos Aires at the moment, and climbing up the charts somewhere else. We're not quite sure, but Santiago, that's right. And we've just done a South American tour, and everywhere we've been, this song has always gone down a treat. So it's a song called Face to Face.
Okay, very good.